this computer. Let's see. Looks like the recording's going. Okay. So good to see everybody. Welcome to our third Tuesday Tech Talks. Glad to see some new faces here and some familiar ones. Glad you guys could be here. I hope things are going well with you. Today we're going to be talking about Adobe Spark Post. And so that's one specific tool out of 3 tools that come along with Adobe Spark. Really wonderful things to use for teachers as far as just, quick creative little things that you need to make, but also a really great tool to share with your students and have them be creative and do something outside, of the traditional, response with a worksheet or, a discussion post or just a regular presentation. They can create a lot of great things from any device. If they have a web browser, Chromebook, whatever, Spark works on all of them. So again, I'm Clint Stevens. Happy for you guys to be here. My cell phone number is there if you want to text me. If you have questions, there's my email address. If you want to tweet at me, those are there, and I'll put that up again at the end. Let's make sure that everyone has signed the roll. If you're here, and I'll put that link in the chat. If you have the slides open, it is there for you as well. Hey, there's Julie. Let's admit Julie. Okay. Folks are coming in just a tiny bit late there. That's okay. We're happy to have you. Okay, so that forms link in the chat, that'll take you to the roll. Let me put in the slides one more time, just so folks can make sure we're all on the same page. And I'll put up the link to the roll again at the end there. Let's see if we got people coming in. Yep, Jordan's on top of it. She's always the first one to sign in. Okay, so let's get started. And please don't be afraid to unmute at any time. Ask me any questions. I'm doing my best to watch the chat as we go. But again, this time is for you. If you have a specific question, please don't hesitate to ask either by turning on your microphone or putting it down in the chat. Okay, a couple more people joining. So one more time, there's the slides. And if you've been here, oh, people keep dropping in. I love it. All right, let's get started. Slides one more time. I'll put the roll up again at the end. So why Adobe? Why are we going to talk about? And this whole month, we're basically going to focus on Adobe Spark this whole month. The 3 different tools we'll digest in 3 little bite-sized chunks each week, with the exception of Sora next week. So Adobe has a big presence in Utah. You've probably driven by their giant corporate, I won't say their headquarters, but it's one of their headquarters up in Lehi. I've actually toured that facility. It's an amazing place. But they're probably the world's leader in providing software for folks who are doing creative things for, photographers and filmmakers and animators and just, pretty much anything creative. Adobe has tools available to use. And the other reason why is that since Adobe has a big presence in Utah, and they have kids in Utah schools and they want their students to be successful, they've worked with Utah, with UEN with a statewide agreement. It's being paid for by the state legislature. And actually we just had a renewal 2-year contract, so that we've got the Adobe, this software license in place for at least the next 2 more years, called the Create Utah Project. And this gives access to the Adobe Creative Suite software. And that gives that to students, all students in grades 7 through 12 and all faculty and staff in Utah, just with the caveat of your school has to have gone through and returned the participation agreement with UETN. I mean, most schools that I know of have done that. I know all of them in our district have done that, in our region, sorry. But it's not like a sync. Normally you log in with your Google account. We wish it was a sync. So if you don't have access the way I'm going to show you, just shoot me a note, let me know, and I'll follow up with your with your tech folks to make sure that that you do have access, and your students. If you have issues getting your students added, let me know, and we can work on it from our side, because we do have access to the dashboards and things like that to get your students going. Another reason why we want to talk about creative aspects and giving our students the opportunity to be creative. It's one of those 4 C's of 21st century learning. And this quote from Sir Ken Robinson kind of says it all. Creativity is really as important as literacy, as the basics, reading and writing, because a lot of the jobs that our students are going to be going into, they're going to have to invent. They'll be inventing their own future, but something that they will need to know how to do is to tell their story, to be able to get their point across, to express an idea, and to do that in a creative way so that it's noticed, so they can get that attention and that call to action. And so these are just kind of some basic tools, easy to use, that will foster that creativity in your students. Let me put the thank you thanks Whitney for putting the roll back in there. Those are my slides that I'm going off of, that I just put in the chat, just so for those folks who are just coming in. So let's talk about Spark. What is Spark? So Adobe Spark is a website and apps that are built to encourage creativity and impactful creative communication. So website and apps, that means that you can access Spark from anywhere you have a web browser, Chromebook, desktop, laptop, whatever. If you're on a device, on a phone, a tablet, whatever else, there are apps for the 3 different Spark tools. So there's a Spark Post app, Spark Video, Spark Page, and those other 2 tools we'll talk about later on in the month. And they are built with younger users in mind, from preschool all the way through college. Students can be creative and share their voice and be able to publish fun, creative projects and products. And again, Adobe Spark is free for all. I shouldn't say again, but so the Creative Suite, that Create Utah package, is only for 7th through 12th grade students and all teachers. But Adobe Spark is free for everybody. Through the Create Utah program, we do get a little bit extra as far as teachers and your older students. You get some extra premium templates. You can create your own brand. So in some of my stuff, you'll see that, like, I've already built in our colors and the SEDC logo. So you can just build that once and then be able to use those items over and over again. But anyone can create a free Adobe account or log in with, as long as they have a school Gmail account, they can log in to Spark with that Gmail account and be good to go with the basics. So far, so good. Okay. Don't see anything in the chat, so I'll keep going. So Spark Posts specifically, and that's what we're going to spend the next few minutes on, kind of showing you how it works. It allows you to create graphics for posters, flyers, social posts with ease. These are 2 that I've created. But basically, you either start off with your own photo, or you pick a design, add your text, and then apply some different design filters and shuffle things around and different color palettes and things like that, so that your work can stand out from a crowd. So this is a Canvas banner that I created. That's one thing. If you're using Canvas, you can create graphics for Canvas. This is a flyer that I created to send out to folks who are interested in doing our EdTech endorsement classes. So that's just a couple of examples. And then this probably looks familiar. Hopefully, if you saw the email inviting you to today, you saw this graphic, and I made this with Post. It took me 15 minutes or so to make, but that was because I was messing around with fonts and kind of doing some extra things and getting all the colors to match up. But honestly, from the time you jump in to the time you have a finished product can be just a couple of minutes. Here are some more examples if you wanted to go and chase those down, and that's just that's all of Spark, not just the post, but I'll put that link in the chat, and that'll be in the notes at the end if you want to go and see other examples, or that QR code will take you there with your phone. So again, to start, just go to spark.adobe.com on anything that has a web browser, or you can download an app. And I'm going to show you how to log in. There is a bit of a trick to log in with your school account. There are Google buttons, right away, but we really need to, kind of follow this quick little script. It's only a couple extra clicks. Once you're at adobe.com, there's a sign-in link. And then instead of going straight in with Google, there's a button that says log in with your student account or the school account, and then continue with Google, and then you're in. Okay, so let's show you that, and that'll be in the recording, and this is in the notes here as well. So I've got Spark open in another tab here. Let me change the view of the screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so up here in the upper right, sign in. And here's the page. So there's all these options over here on the left, and everyone top left starts with Google. But make sure your students and you go here with log in with your school account. Then you can click on continue with Google. Choose your school account. And then if you are presented with this issue or with this option here, click on Enterprise ID for your company or school account. I've had an Adobe account for so long and I didn't want to lose all my projects. So I tied my personal account to my Adobe ID, but you guys click Enterprise, I'll click Adobe ID because that works for me. I think you can create accounts. So Jimmy, send that to, send me an email about that. And I can point you to the right person who's managing your Adobe stuff down there. I think you can merge accounts. Good question though. He asked about, he had an account long ago, and then he's got the school account. He wanted to know if he can combine the two. So, and I believe you can do that. So once you're logged into Spark, you've got your home here. There is the blue plus button where you can just jump in and start creating from scratch. I've got my recent projects here. If I know where my project's going to end up, I can choose, a web page or a slideshow, Instagram post. There's all kinds of other things, custom size images. Here's all of my work that I've done, my library that I've created. But then there's templates. And that's kind of the best way, especially for the graphics, I found to start is to just start there and uncheck EDU. I mean, if you're looking for something for school, since you're in a school account, it automatically drops you into that EDU filter. But if I uncheck that, I can look through over, it was 31,000 last week, so they've added more templates. 32,000 templates, and you can just kind of scroll through, and see, you can see there's a lot of Halloween stuff going on since we're coming up to that, but just, a wide range of items that you can start off with. You can use their filters, or you can just do a quick search. I'll search for Halloween and maybe find something that I can put in one of my own pictures. Squad Ghouls, Happy Halloween. That one's kind of fun. So maybe I start with that one, edit this template. There's no right or wrong answers, whichever one you decide and pick. You can always go back in and reshuffle the theme, change the colors, but just find something that you kind of like the look of, and then you can start editing right away. When I don't have the tools over here on the right are contextual. So if I have text selected, I have text editing tools. If I have the photo selected, I have options that I can use for my photos. So if I wanted to change this hashtag, you double click on the text. That was kind of quick. But any text that's there, a single click will let you change the look and feel. A double click will let me go in and change the text there. So I'll say hashtag SEDC Halloween. I'm not very creative today, but we'll just go with that. Happy Halloween, that's good with me. This one I might want to, I want to change the picture of that. So up here at the top, I've got replace, or I can also trash the image and start all over again. I also have the plus over here on the top right, where I can add in new text, a photo, icon, or again, the branded logo kind of stuff. Let's throw our SEDC logo in there just for fun. There we go. And now this picture, let's replace that. I'm gonna hit replace. And it's dropping me into this find free photo. So there is a library. You can search from Unsplash or Pixabay. And there's lots and lots of royalty free, great, really beautiful images there to pick from. So let's say, I'm gonna say a jack-o'-lantern. See what we can find from there. Okay, didn't find many in Unsplash. If I try Pixabay, well, that's okay. Let's try, we can do this one. That's fine. So I click that. It replaces the image, drops it in for me. And you can see it was in color on the search, but now it's going in there in black and white. So what it's doing is it's applied a filter that's a part of this template. And so if I don't want the filter on there, I can choose to choose just none, or if I want to have a different filter, I can change the amount of blur of it. So there you go. I kind of like that light, and I want to have a little bit of contrast in there. I can enhance it. I also can change all the color, highlights, shadows, saturation, things like that. If I wanted to add something else, like let's add an icon, and let me add something for or a ghost. Let's search for a ghost, and we can drop. You can see this guy is kind of in there already. Pac-Man ghosts. I like this guy right here, so let's drop him in. Put him up there. Make him a little smaller. I can rotate him. Maybe I'll put him at the top. I've got alignment guides that'll kind of show me where the middle is, maybe if I didn't rotate it. Change the color of him. Maybe I'll make him my own little color there, or yellow. But basically, you can see there's options there, but not too many that will keep you from, being creative and getting your way. I call it analysis paralysis, where sometimes you've got way too many options to look at, and it's just too hard to try to make a decision. But this is kind of fun. I just clicked outside of the image into this white space, and I've got some whole image options here. If I want to change all the colors, so I've got the current colors here. If I want to kind of shuffle them around, I love these shuffle options in Post, where I can just kind of click around and have it, change the colors based on this family of colors that I have, that I've got selected. Or, if I don't like those, and if I want to go something more modern, bold, let's try these bold Halloween colors here, and I can shuffle those around. There we go. There we go. I like that one. That's good. The layout, if I don't like the layout, if I want to, change the number of, different grid patterns, things like that, resize it. Let's say, okay, I want this. This looks like it'll be good for an Instagram post, but what if I want it to be kind of like a banner size, like a LinkedIn blog post? Okay, my guy's kind of a little off center, so I can just drag him around, and so I can keep that size, or if I want to change the size to something else, back to the square, or want to make it a print size, like for a card. There you go. So all kinds of options. And there's even animation now. This is a new option where I can animate some of the text like a typewriter. And then I can download this as or change the color, maybe shuffle the text color. That's kind of fun. That's kind of Halloweenish. And then that turns it into a movie that I can download. So many options, and just very visual interface, and click and, just try things out. There's the undo button. If you don't like the changes you made, you can go all the way back to the beginning. So let's call this Halloween at SEDC, give it a name. There we go. And then when I'm done, I'm happy for now. I can always go back in and re-edit this and, change the layout, do whatever I want to it. I've got 3 options up here on the upper right when I'm finished. This is the collaborate button. So if I wanted to bring somebody else in and invite them to edit this with me, I have that option. Download, I can download it as a video because of the animation, or just download it as an image. And then again, I can put that in my Canvas. I can put that on, social media, class webpage, and a newsletter, or use it in the other Spark tools. So I can take this image, put it into my Spark video or whatever else, and they all work together quite nicely. So I think I'm just gonna, let's download this as a video. There we go. And since it's a video, it's got to build those options there for me. And then the last option is the share button there. That'll generate a link. So instead of me actually sending the file or doing something with the video or with the image file, I can choose share. Got to publish it first. And then I can push it straight to Google Classroom. I can generate a link for it that I can share out in an email send that out to parents or to anybody in the school. Super great, easy ways to share the work that you've done. And while that's creating that link, let's take a look at my video that was created. It's going to open this other program. I don't want it to. Hold on. I got to quit that. Let's try this one more time. Oh, it's big. Oops. That works too. So there's my video that I created, 6 seconds long, just a quick little run through. There we go. Another question, let's see. Question is about layouts. You can start from scratch. I just started from a template. I found one that I like and then I modified it from there. But so when I'm done, and that's a great question. When I'm all the way done, I've got my link, whatever else, click home here, and then go to plus and choose flyer and just start from scratch. And you can put in your own pictures, your own text, and make it look however you want. They'll want you to start off with the size that you want it to be. So maybe start off with a custom size, and then make it look how you want. So there's not a zillion options in there, but it's flexible. I mean, especially for something you can do on a Chromebook or just in a web browser. There's an amazing array of things you can create with Spark Post. So great question, Jimmy. I appreciate that. Anybody else? I've kind of gone over on the instructional time, but we still have about 5-7 minutes for questions on Spark Post. General questions about the Adobe agreement. General questions about anything else, technology, educational technology wise, that's going on. I will stop sharing my screen, and please feel free to open up your mics and ask questions or put them in the chat. And while you guys do that, I'll put the roll call back in, the link for the roll back in. So make sure you sign the form. Let's see, we've got 21 participants, and I've got only 13 people that have filled out the roll sheet. So if you would like half a credit or half a license point and work towards the Reimagine, whoops, that just went to Jimmy privately. Sorry about that. The Reimagine teaching, they have extended the due date or the deadline. That's what I was looking for to sign up for that. And that is, let me put that link in as well. The Reimagine teaching link for the $200 Amazon gift card. They've extended the deadline to just sign up for the program until October 16th. After that, they'll start, funneling money anywhere else. And then you still have until the end of December to turn in 4 hours of credit. If you've been to these three, that's an hour and a half, and we'll probably get to the 4 hours well before the end of, or the start of December. So you could just earn them by joining this every week. If you miss some of the other weeks, here is the YouTube channel. If you want to go back and look and watch the other sessions, and then just shoot me an email and I can give you credit for, if you tell me a little bit about what you learned, please go back and watch the archives, and I'm happy to award the credit that way. Otherwise, if you have no questions, feel free to drop off. I can see some people are doing that, but I'll hang around for as long as we need to and answer questions if you have them. Here's the link to the slides one more time in case you need those. Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate you being here. Thanks, Denise. 19 responses. Good. Bryant signed up twice. Good job.
Clint, this is Julie. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. You're a little soft, but I can hear you.
Okay, I'll speak up. Where do we sign this? I can't see where we sign it.
To just sign in for the roll for today?
Yes. Yes.
So it's the Google Forms link. Let me put that back in. Oops, that's going straight to Jimmy. So I'll send it straight to you. So there's a forms link. Click that. And then it should ask for your name, your email address, and your Cactus ID if you have it. Sandra, let me check.
When I click on that, it says chat.
Yeah, you've got to open the chat, and then there'll be a link in there to click on the link in the chat.
Lynn, I don't remember if I pressed submit.
Sandra, you're in.
Irene, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
So now where it says type message here, is that where I'm?
No, so up above, you should see a link that says https://forms.gle.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Just click on that, and that should open up the form in a new window.
Okay,
And you don't have to, if you know your Cactus ID offhand,
I do.
that helps me out. If not, just name an email address.
I put Kanab High School. Does it have to be 59 East Cowboy Way?
No, school email address. Your email address.
Oh, my email address.
Yeah.
I asked.
Yeah, I just need to know how Cactus knows you. So no maiden names or, just whatever your Cactus account is under.
And submit.
And it's in. I got it. 31878.
Huh?
Perfect. Thanks for being here today. Any specific questions or anything?
I can't think of anything. So this is a half hour long.
I'd shoot for half an hour each week. Yep.
Okay, so to get our 4 hours for the Reimagine, 8 times. And this is the first time I.
Okay. And so we'll have 8, November. We still have October, November.
Okay.
So we'll do that. And Tammy Bean, your question, what's going to happen is I put this into Midas, and then you can log into Midas, go to your transcript, and that's something you can download and submit for the certificate. That is acceptable evidence for the Reimagine teaching program. You're welcome.
Clint, I have another question.
Sure.
This is Julie again. So how do we get an account with Adobe?
So you should already have it. You should just go to, let me put the Spark link in there again. Let's see.
I wrote that down.
Yeah, and I'll put it in the chat so you can just click on it. So spark.adobe.com.
Okay, I did.
There's a sign in on the upper right. And then,
When you log in with your school account, is that my email address?
yeah, so on the right, it'll say log in with your school account. And then you can click Gmail or continue with Google. Let me share my screen one more time.
And continue with Google?
Yes. And then you should be in.
Okay.
Log in with school account, continue with Google. You got to choose your school account. If you should already be logged in.
It says, welcome back, Julie.
There you go.
Okay.
So you're in. And your students log in the same way. We might just need to have Travis add the new 7th graders if he hasn't done that already. It's been kind of a busy year.
Okay.
But if you have 7th graders that you want to use this with, they should have access to all this stuff as well.
Okay. And that is the Utah Presence. That's the, what did you call it? The Create Utah.
Create Utah project. Yeah, and it gives, so this is just Spark. If you're logged into Spark, see up here on the upper right, I clicked on that little kind of cloud looking icon when you're in Spark. So there's kind of the Google looking waffle app grid there.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah, but click to the left of it with the one that kind of looks like a new age cloud.
Okay.
And that'll take you into everything you've got in Adobe. So it's Photoshop and Lightroom and InDesign and Illustrator, Rush is a video editing program. So this is literally thousands and thousands of dollars worth of software that students and all teachers have access to.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's really neat.
I need to write down that access code. Spark. Adobe.com. So just one more time, when I log into spark.adobe.com,
Mhm.
then I sign in the upper right-hand corner.
Yep.
And then what did I do?
Continue with school, or
Oh,
log in with
continue.
school account.
Put in your email address.
Nope, nope. So on the right, there's a log in with school account. And then there's a continue with Google button. And then you should already be logged in somewhere, probably, I'm guessing. Otherwise, then yes, you'd log in with your school account, your school Gmail account, and then you should be in.
Okay, now I just did that again. So I clicked on that link. Now I'm on the, excuse me, the waffle. When I click on the waffle, then I get a drop down box.
Not the waffle, hit the cloud to the right
Oh,
of
that's
the
right.
waffle.
Not the waffle, the cloud to the right. Okay, there I am.
And honestly, to get to that stuff, you just go to adobe.com and log in the same way. So instead of going through Spark and then to all the Adobe stuff, you can just go straight to Adobe and log in with that and have all that access.
Now these boxes all say start free trial.
Okay, let's make sure, reach out to Travis, just send him an email and just say, hey, can you make sure that I have access to the Adobe cloud stuff.
All right,
Oh, mine says start free trial too.
it didn't do that the first time when I logged in this. But
So I think that's a little bit different, but like it still says Photoshop download for all those. Yeah, you've got it. This other thing might be a little bit different. All Adobe products. Let's see. Yeah, we should be okay. Let me know if you're running into issues.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
You bet. Glad you came.
Me too. Thank you.
Okay, hopefully we'll see you next week.
For sure.
Stop recording.